The New York Times did this big study on police killings since George Floyd. It's the 5-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. And obviously, the libs went and paid homage to their hero, one George Floyd, which is a weird guy to be your hero. Anyways, the New York Times did this big long piece about all of the different data, and they said that police killings are up despite all of the attention now being paid to the cops. Couple caveats here, though. The graph that they show on the New York Times article initially has, to their credit, well, maybe. I don't know if that is that. Do they get credit for this? They do show that, okay, well, there's a lot more killings going up. Maybe we'll show the graph while we're talking here. But you see, there's a lot of numbers going up on the killing graph. Oh my goodness, it's getting bad. But if you look at really close, if you zoom in just a little bit, you will see that unarmed killings actually have gone down. In 2015, 152 quote unquote unarmed people were killed by the police. In 2024, only 53. That is a pretty big reduction. Now, you can quibble about what unarmed means, whether or not they were reaching for a weapon. All of those things can be discussed. But the big thing that I think is the dishonesty of contextualizing this argument of, look at this, police killings have gone up since George Floyd. Yeah, kinda. If they're armed and it pose a dangerous threat to the cops, I'm not sure how much I care about that number, because if the cops need to defend themselves and have to do so with lethal force, well, then we have a societal problem. Hey, why are there so many armed people trying to hurt the police officers? So if you're going to make the case and make this big scare tactics, trust the data. Police killings, says the New York Times, have gone up. Okay, well, what does that actually mean? They also, interestingly, pointed out the difference between red states and blue states, and I feel like there's kind of a surprise twist. I don't know if it's much of a surprise, it just makes more sense. They said that liberal states dropped in police killings, while conservative states saw an increase in police killings. Yeah, well, here's the problem with that, or at least something that you should be talking about. The context in that is, well, during the whole defund the police thing, all the blue states did just that. They cut police forces, and therefore there was less interactions with people and the cops. In red states, they funded the police institutions, and police had more interactions with people. And if you have more interactions with people, the percentage might necessarily say the same of encounters that go wrong, unfortunately, or go bad, unfortunately. But the overall numbers in police interactions going up could make that raw number go up. It's a statistical thing. It kind of makes a lot of sense. I would much rather be in a red state where police, again, unfortunately, have been faced with violence towards them, have to exercise lethal force to be able to stay safe themselves. I'd much rather be in a state that has that than a state where, yeah, we just don't even participate anymore. Here's the police force because the big blue powers that be say, no, we will not let you do your job. I don't know. Overall, pretty dishonest in my opinion. Now, again, the problem with this is most people only read the headlines, right? I saw on all of your lefty social media platforms people saying, look at this, police killings have gone up, without at all taking into the account that, okay, well, but unarmed, which is the only thing we care about, because that's the whole big thing about George Floyd, is he was unarmed. He was not a danger to himself or society. Okay, if that's the actual problem, then okay, maybe you don't actually run the headline that, well, police killings are up. Okay, but unarmed police killings are down, which is what we all want. Armed police killings, if you are armed and you are posing a threat to the cops' safety, whatever happens to you happens to you. I'm not sure how much I care about that. Reading is boring, so if you'd like a somewhat comedic, lighthearted take on the news of the day, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, all of the things that you have to do on whatever platform you're watching this on, and we will see you routinely.